So this is the Windrock campground that borders the left side of the property, if you're looking at the property from the street. And of course right now there's not much going on, but there's up here just a little farther, there's actually a stage area. From what I understand, they have some outdoor concerts and things throughout the year. But it's just a campground where people come when they're four-wheeling the Windrock recreation area. This is the little creek that kind of borders part of the property. It is a gravel road, and it's pavement up until the end of that campground, and then it turns to gravel. Now here you can see there's an access road, which is really nice. Now this access road goes down, and then there's a gate, so it's not drivable right now. But they do have a couple of places cut onto the property where you can access the property, which is nice. You can kind of see that the road, there's a drop off about 20 feet down to the property. There is the stage area through the trees. I don't know if you can see that gravel area way over there or not. That's the actual stage area of Windrock. There's the red gate down there to that little access road. You can just barely see it through all these beech trees. Right in here is where the property starts. And it gets to be a little steeper right here by the road, so access would be a little bit tougher. You'd have to cut something in on an angle. It's very, very flat once you get down there. But right here, you can see a little towards the edge, you have a little bit of a drop. Now you can also see up there in the horizon that a large part of this 100 acres is definitely going to be hilly with a big ridge. I mean, that mountain there is probably at least 1,000 feet higher than where we are right now. But you do have this really nice valley where this creek runs. Plenty of room right here between the creek and the road to build a couple of cabins. You wouldn't have to cross the creek if you didn't want to, but of course you could. Now this spot kind of intrigues me a lot. Right here you have a gully coming down the other side of the road. But what it has done is it has taken away that large drop-off from the road. So this could be a really easy spot to access the property. Maybe the ideal spot, to be honest with you. It's kind of right in the middle of the property. You could easily cut a driveway in right here. And it kind of looks like at one time they did. You can see that opening, that clearing through there. But this would be a perfect spot to put in a driveway and get back onto the property, as long as this doesn't get too swampy. It's rained now about 3 days a week for the last couple of weeks, so you can see we have a little bit of trickling water down through the middle of that gully, but over here it looks pretty dry. Now once we leave this little bottom area, you can see the road is up above the property again. You can see that ridge line up there. Here's a nice view of that bottom. This bottom valley area is definitely where all those little marks were on the map for ideal building locations. And I do agree, because it's level. Building would be fairly easy. But you have a big valley and then just a huge ridge. And it might be hard to see it in the video, but you have one peak right there. You have another peak, of course, over here. And in between those peaks, you have a little bit of a pass. And I think you might actually be able to get up on that going up on a 45 and get over top of those peaks if you wanted to. And of course there's just nothing back there. It's all just raw land. Everything is surrounded by raw land and Wind Rock, which is a four-wheeling destination. So we're coming back up to the creek. The creek, you can barely see it through the trees in certain places. So this is all still part of the property. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk down this little road here and show you a little bit of what's here.